We are Coins Hunter USA, your ultimate destination for exploring the fascinating world of rare and valuable US coins. Every coin has a story, and here, we uncover the history, hidden treasures, and surprising values that could be sitting right in your pocket change. In today's video, we're diving into the incredible world of the state quarter, a coin that's not just a piece of currency, but a collectible that could be worth far more than its face value. Get ready to learn the history, design, and the rare errors that make this coin so sought after by collectors across America. Top 1 today, we're diving deep into one of the most captivating pieces from the United States Mint's America the Beautiful Quarters program, the 2014 Arches National Park State Quarter. At first glance, it might seem like just another modern quarter in your change, but when you take a closer look, you'll realize that certain rare examples of this coin can command staggering amounts in the collector's market. So sit back, listen closely, and enjoy this journey, because by the end of this video you might find yourself checking your own coins with a brand new sense of excitement. The 2014 Arches Quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, a program that began in 2010 and honored national parks and historic sites across the country. The design for this quarter celebrates Arches National Park in Utah, a place famous for its breathtaking natural stone arches, towering rock formations, and desert landscapes that look like they belong on another planet. The quarter's reverse side features the park's most iconic landmark, Delicate Arch, standing proudly against a backdrop of rugged terrain. This scene captures the spirit of the American West and reflects the country's dedication to preserving its natural wonders. On the obverse side, as with all quarters in this series, you'll find the classic portrait of George Washington. The clean, bold lettering and precise detail in the minting make the 2014 Arches Quarter a striking coin even in everyday circulation. But for collectors, the real magic lies not in its design alone, but in its rarity, condition, and the presence of minting errors. Here's where things get interesting. While millions of Arches quarters were minted for everyday use, not all were created equal. A small fraction of these coins left the mint with striking errors, mistakes that happened during the production process. These could include off-center strikes, double dies where certain details look duplicated, weak strikes where the design didn't fully press into the metal, or even die cracks that leave raised lines across the coin's surface. Some errors are subtle and require a magnifying glass to spot, while others are immediately obvious. But one thing is certain, these errors make a coin unique, and in the world of collecting, uniqueness often equals high value. Condition plays a massive role in determining the worth of any coin. If your 2014 Arches Quarter has been rattling around in pockets, purses, and cash registers for years, it's probably worth its face value. But if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning it has no scratches, no signs of wear, and retains its original mint luster, you've got something far more desirable. Collectors pay premium prices for coins that look as though they've just left the mint, especially if they have rare minting errors. Another factor boosting the value of certain Arches quarters is the demand from both state quarter collectors and those who specialize in the America the Beautiful series. Since the program ended in 2021, complete sets have become a top priority for many collectors. If they're missing a perfect example of the 2014 Arches Quarter, especially one with a rare error, they're willing to pay handsomely to complete their collection. That demand has steadily pushed up market prices for the finest and rarest examples. So why does this quarter spark so much excitement? It's a blend of artistry, history, and the thrill of the hunt. The Arches National Park design connects collectors to one of America's most beautiful landscapes, while the rarity of flawless or error coins gives each discovery the feeling of striking gold. Every time you find one of these coins in your change, it's like a tiny adventure. Will it be an ordinary piece, or a rare treasure? Now, the part you've been waiting for. If you happen to own a 2014 Arches National Park quarter in perfect, uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a highly desirable minting error, it could be worth as much as $78,000. That's right, a single quarter, just 25 cents in face value, could be worth more than some cars, vacations, or even a year's salary. So check your change carefully, because you never know when you might hold a hidden fortune in your hand. And remember, here at Coins Hunter USA, we're always on the lookout for the next big discovery. Stay tuned, subscribe, and join us for more incredible coin stories that prove the smallest things can hold the greatest surprises. Top 2. We're heading to the sunny landscapes of the American Southwest to uncover the story of one remarkable piece, the 2008 Arizona State Quarter. Now, you might think a modern quarter minted just a few years ago couldn't possibly be worth a fortune, but certain rare examples of this coin have taken the collector's market by storm. So listen closely and enjoy this journey, because by the time we reach the end, you'll never look at your pocket change the same way again. The 2008 Arizona State Quarter was part of the wildly popular 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008 and celebrated each state's history, culture, and landmarks. Arizona, admitted as the 48th state in 1912, chose a design that truly captures its unique identity. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a stunning image of the Grand Canyon stretching across the background, a natural wonder so vast it almost defies description. In front of it sits a detailed saguaro cactus, towering proudly as a symbol of the Sonoran Desert, along with blossoms that speak to Arizona's rugged beauty and life-giving environment. At the top is the state's nickname, Grand Canyon State, uniting the elements into one unforgettable design. Flip the coin over, and you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, accompanied by the inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, and, In God We Trust. While the design is standard for state quarters, the key to the Arizona quarter's true value lies in rarity, condition, and, most importantly, errors. Even though millions of these coins were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, not all were struck perfectly. During the production process, some Arizona quarters ended up with unusual and highly collectible minting errors. One of the most famous is the extra cactus leaf error, where an additional raised detail partially covers the Grand Canyon engraving, almost as if a phantom cactus leaf is growing in the wrong place. This was caused by a die gouge or debris on the die, creating a design anomaly that's instantly recognizable to experienced collectors. There are also other rare varieties, such as off-center strikes, where part of the design is shifted noticeably toward one side of the coin, and double die errors, where certain inscriptions or design features appear to have a ghosted second image. These kinds of mistakes are incredibly appealing to collectors because they make each error coin unique. No two will ever be exactly the same, which gives them both rarity and character. Condition is another crucial factor. A 2008 Arizona quarter found in pocket change will usually be worth just face value. But a coin in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in everyday transactions, retains its original luster, and shows no signs of wear, is much more desirable. When you combine pristine condition with a notable minting error, you have a coin that can command an eye-popping price at auction. Collectors also love the Arizona quarter because it marks the very end of the 50 State Quarters program, making it a key piece for anyone aiming to complete a full set. This additional demand helps push prices even higher for the best examples, especially when competition heats up among serious buyers. So why is this coin so fascinating for coin lovers? It's the perfect combination of artistry, history, and unpredictability. Every Arizona quarter is a tiny reminder of the desert's timeless beauty, but the rare error coins transform that everyday symbol into a one-of-a-kind treasure. Now, for the part you've been waiting for, if you happen to own a 2008 Arizona State Quarter in flawless, uncirculated condition, especially one featuring a rare and dramatic minting error, it could be worth as much as $78,000. That's right, $78,000 for a single quarter you might already have in your collection or change jar. So keep your eyes open, check your coins carefully, and remember that the smallest discoveries can lead to the biggest rewards. And here at Coins Hunter USA, we'll keep bringing you the stories and tips you need to find your next treasure. Top 3. We are going deep into the world of the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter, one of the most beautiful designs in the entire 50 State Quarters program, and a coin that has surprised collectors with its staggering market value when found in the right condition, especially with rare minting errors. I want you to sit back, listen carefully, and imagine for a moment that you're holding a quarter in your hand. It's light, it's familiar, you've seen thousands like it before. But then you take a closer look, and realize this is no ordinary coin. It's a small piece of art, a slice of history, and possibly a hidden treasure worth far more than its face value. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the Arkansas Quarter is a coin you should be searching for, and just how much the rarest ones are selling for today. The 50-state quarters program was one of the most successful coin programs in U.S. mint history, running from 1999 through 2008. Each state had its own quarter design, released in the order the states joined the Union. Arkansas, the 25th state, got its turn in 2003. And what a design it received, truly a showcase of the state's identity. On the reverse side of the Arkansas Quarter, your eyes are immediately drawn to the brilliant diamond in the center. This isn't just decorative, it represents Crater of Diamonds State Park, a real place in Arkansas where visitors can search for diamonds and even keep what they find. This makes Arkansas unique, as it is the only U.S. state with a publicly accessible diamond mine. The diamond on the coin is flanked by rice stalks on the left, representing Arkansas's prominence as one of the nation's leading rice producers, and on the right, a graceful mallard duck taking flight over a serene body of water. The duck highlights the state's abundant wildlife and wetlands. Above it all is the state's name and the year it joined the Union, 1836. It's a harmonious design, blending agriculture, natural beauty, and a touch of adventure. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Around it are the inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and $quarter. While this side is the same for all state quarters, the magic lies in how well the reverse design complements it, making the Arkansas Quarter one of the more visually balanced coins in the series. Now, let's talk about rarity. Millions of Arkansas quarters were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, and at first glance, it may seem impossible for such a recent coin to be rare. But rarity in coin collecting doesn't only mean low mintage, it often comes down to condition and errors. For condition, the gold standard is MS 65 or higher, meaning a coin that has never been in circulation and shows no marks or signs of wear. These coins often come straight from mint rolls or proof sets. Over time, finding such coins becomes harder as more quarters enter circulation and get scratched, nicked, or worn down. Then there are the error coins, and this is where things get exciting. Error Arkansas quarters have been found with double die obverse, where parts of the inscriptions or Washington's profile show doubling, caused by a misalignment during the die creation process, double die reverse, where the diamond, rice stalks, or mallard duck appear doubled or have ghost-like outlines. Off-center strikes, where the design is shifted to one side, leaving a blank crescent of metal along the edge, clipped planchets, where the coin is missing a small curved section from the edge because of an error in the blank cutting process, die cracks, raised lines caused by fractures in the minting die, sometimes running right through the diamond or across the rice stalks, making for dramatic visual effects. Collectors go wild for these error coins because they are completely unique. No two are ever exactly the same. When you combine one of these rare errors with a perfect uncirculated grade, you have a recipe for a coin that can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auction. The demand for Arkansas quarters has also been boosted by the fact that it was one of the later releases in the state quarter program. By 2003, millions of Americans had started collecting quarters in earnest, and the rush to complete sets meant that certain coins, especially those with errors, were pulled from circulation almost immediately. This limited their availability for future collectors and pushed values higher. For coin lovers, the Arkansas Quarter is appealing on multiple levels. It's a work of art, a history lesson, and a treasure hunt all in one. You don't need to dig through the ground or pan for gold. Sometimes, the treasure is right there in your pocket, hiding in plain sight. And there's nothing quite like the thrill of flipping over a coin and realizing you found something extraordinary. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. If you happen to own a 2003 Arkansas State Quarter in flawless, uncirculated condition, and especially if it features one of the dramatic and highly sought-after minting errors we've discussed, you could be holding a coin worth as much as $85,000. Yes, you heard that right. $85,000 for a single quarter. That's the kind of discovery that changes a casual collector into a passionate treasure hunter overnight. So, keep your eyes open, check your change, and always take a second look at any coin that catches your attention. Because here at Coins Hunter USA, we know that the smallest coins can tell the biggest stories, and sometimes, they can also deliver the biggest surprises. Top 4. We're going to explore one of the most beautiful and yet surprisingly valuable coins from the United States Mint's famous 50-state quarters program, the Colorado State Quarter, released in 2006. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another regular quarter you could find in your change, but certain examples of this coin have shocked collectors with their rarity, fascinating errors, and impressive auction prices. If you love coins with both artistic beauty and hidden treasure potential, this one will grab your attention. Let's start with its background. The Colorado State Quarter was the 38th coin issued in the 50-state quarters program and was officially released on June 14, 2006. Like all state quarters, it carries the familiar obverse design of George Washington, which was originally created by John Flanagan and slightly modified for the series by William Cousins. On the reverse, we find a breathtaking scene that truly represents the heart of Colorado, the Rocky Mountains in all their glory, towering above a lush forest with the state's nickname, Colorful Colorado, proudly inscribed. The imagery here is more than just decorative. The Rocky Mountains are one of America's most iconic natural landmarks, stretching more than 3,000 miles from Canada to New Mexico. For Colorado, these mountains are not just part of the landscape, they are part of the state's identity, history, and pride. The detailed engraving on the coin captures this majestic beauty with surprising depth, considering the tiny canvas of a quarter's reverse. Now, while millions of these coins were minted for circulation, not all Colorado quarters are created equal. For the average circulated piece, the value is simply 25 cents. But certain rare varieties, minting errors, and pristine conditions can make this coin worth thousands of dollars. Collectors and dealers alike keep a sharp eye out for these elusive treasures, and if you're lucky, one might be hiding in your change right now. One of the most notable error varieties on the 2006 Colorado State Quarter is the extra leaf error. This error is similar to the famous Wisconsin quarter leaf varieties, but in Colorado's case, it involves unusual die gouges and marks that look like part of the design has been altered or struck in a strange way. Some error quarters have die cracks running through the mountain peaks, giving the illusion of lightning or strange geological formations on the coin. Others have partial collar strikes, off-center strikes, or striking issues where part of the design is missing or distorted. These errors make the coin instantly more valuable because they are the result of a unique, one-time minting mishap, meaning no two error coins are exactly alike. Condition is another huge factor in determining the value of a Colorado quarter. Collectors seek coins in mint state condition, meaning they look brand new, with no wear from circulation and with all details sharply visible. High-grade specimens from professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, especially those graded MS68 or higher, are very rare. The number of coins that survive in such condition is tiny compared to the millions minted, and when one comes to market, bidding wars can happen quickly. Another factor that drives up the price is whether the coin is a satin finish or special strike from the U.S. Mint sets. These were never intended for circulation and often have a unique appearance, with sharper details and smoother surfaces. If an error coin also happens to be a satin finish strike in pristine condition, you've got a true numismatic jackpot on your hands. Now, imagine this: you're sorting through your pocket change, maybe just looking for something to feed a vending machine, and suddenly you notice something unusual about a Colorado quarter. Maybe it's struck a little off-center, maybe the details are strangely bold, or maybe it just has that look of an untouched coin fresh from the mint. You look closer, do some research, and realize that you're holding one of the rare error varieties in near-perfect condition. You take it to a coin dealer or send it in for grading, and when it finally goes to auction, collectors from all over start bidding. That's exactly the kind of story that has happened before, and it's why we're talking about this coin today. Rare error quarters from Colorado have been known to sell for jaw-dropping amounts, especially when they combine uniqueness, historical significance, and impeccable condition. And here's the part you've been waiting for: certain rare examples of the 2006 Colorado State Quarter, with the right error and in the right condition, have sold for as much as $89,000. Top 5. We are about to take you on a fascinating journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, and today's spotlight is on one of the most iconic pieces from the United States Mint, the Connecticut State Quarter from 1999. This coin, part of the 50 State Quarters program, celebrates the rich history and natural beauty of Connecticut, but beyond its stunning design, there are rare variations and minting errors that make certain examples worth an incredible fortune to collectors around the world. The Connecticut State Quarter was released to honor the state's entry into the Union and to showcase one of its most famous landmarks, the Charter Oak. The coin's reverse design features the majestic Charter Oak tree, a symbol of freedom and resilience in American history. In 1687, this massive tree famously hid the Connecticut Charter from British authorities, preserving the colony's rights. This deeply symbolic design was created by artist T. James Farrell and perfectly captures the strength and heritage of Connecticut. The obverse, as with all state quarters, features the portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, a timeless image that has graced quarters for decades. While most Connecticut state quarters are worth only their face value, there are a few exceptional pieces that stand out because of their rarity, condition, and the presence of mint errors. Some of the most valuable versions come from coins struck with dramatic die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, and coins minted on the wrong planchet. A double die error, for instance, can cause the details of the tree's intricate branches to appear doubled, making the coin's design look almost ghostly and instantly catching the eye of experienced collectors. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment during minting, are also highly sought after. These flaws are rare because the U.S. Mint's quality control usually catches them before they leave the facility, but a few escape into circulation, and those few are worth a fortune. Another key factor in the value of a Connecticut quarter is its condition. Coins graded as MS-67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command staggering prices, especially if they also possess one of the rare errors mentioned earlier. Mint sets and proof versions struck in 90% silver add even more appeal for collectors, as they have sharper details and a brilliant finish compared to circulation strikes. Collectors love this coin not only for its design and errors but also for its place in the history of the 50 state quarters program. Being among the first 5 state quarters ever released, it holds a special nostalgia. For some collectors, finding a rare Connecticut quarter is like holding a piece of American heritage in their hands. Imagine the excitement of pulling one of these treasures from pocket change or discovering it tucked away in an old coin jar. It's the kind of discovery that every coin hunter dreams about. Now, here's the thrilling part. Among these Connecticut state quarters, there exists an incredibly rare variety that has fetched jaw-dropping amounts at auctions. A pristine, error-rich example has sold for as much as $98,000. So, if you have a Connecticut quarter lying around, take a close look. You might be holding a hidden gem. And if you enjoyed learning about this rare and valuable coin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends so they can join in the hunt for the next incredible coin treasure.